corruption is the biggest issue in my country. And I think the challenge here is that many people don't understand the scale of corruption. Police, judiciary, it's really everywhere. Even in kindergarten, parents would bribe the educator so that their kids get better roles in the kindergarten theater plays. I mean, how ridiculous is this? Despite the fact that people understand that corruption is wrong, integrity is the right way forward, the challenge is mobilizing people to, let's say, take concrete action, legal action. So people protest, people say corruption is wrong, but when it comes to actually, reporting, that's another issue, because they don't think that the justice system is going to bring them justice anyways. It's important not to focus just on the legislation and on the, cleaning up the government and so on, but we also have to work with people's minds so they understand that corruption is just, it doesn't have a place in a modern society. In Moldova, we use a multilateral approach, and we try to work both with governments and with the society. We monitor what the government does. It's important to have watchdog organizations in a society. We monitor public procurement, we track public money, we do investigative journalism, then we sue corrupt public officials in the law court. And we also work with people, starting from kindergarten. And I think this is important because usually when organizations come up with responses to such societal issues, they start with, middle school, high school. Nobody cares about kindergarten kids, primary school kids. And that's when they assimilate their most ideas about the world they live in. So it's really about finding every possible way, creative way, to get people more aware about corruption and its implications in our lives. For Easter, in my 7th grade, when I was like 14 or so, we did a tour in Moldova, in many villages, and we brought Easter baskets to those old people. And the poverty I've seen, the suffering, the pain, it was just unimaginable. I remember I met an old man, and when he saw us, he told me something like, "Why did you come? I just want to die. I don't want to live anymore." And I was so little, and I was so pained to see so much suffering in his eyes. His wife died recently, and it was just really touching. And I tried to talk to him, to cheer him up. And then he told me, after we talked for like 20 minutes, "You know what? I don't want to die anymore. I will wait for the next Easter for you to come and just cheer me up again." So I felt so much responsibility at this moment. It was like the whole, the whole world was standing on my shoulders. The problem was that at the same time, in the same year, the biggest corruption scandal in Moldova happened. We call it the robbery of the century. $1 billion was stolen from our state budget by a few politicians who are still not in jail. And people have to pay this $1 billion from our taxes for the next 10 years. So until 2025, we are still paying it. And for me, it was this contrast, striking contrast. The poverty I've seen, old people not even affording a bread, they had to buy half a bread, and some politicians feeling entitled to steal billions of dollars from our state budget. So that's when I realized that yes, corruption kills, corruption just implants poverty everywhere. And that's when I decided, okay, that's what I want to do in life. I want to fight corruption, and I want to build a future where politicians, first of all, they don't steal, but even if they steal, they are held accountable for what they do. I don't think that corruption can be ever fully eliminated. It just takes new forms. It can decrease in scale, but it's always here, even in very developed societies. It just has different forms and different levels of impact. When you encounter corruption at such a large scale, you cannot really stand aside. So I think very little experience that I've encountered, that I've had, it has shaped me in being who I am and fighting for what I fight.